we're in Job, and we're just gonna finish this story. So when chapter 3 comes, Job starts getting upset, and he starts asking questions like, okay, God, what's going on? Like, what is this? Like, I'm your servant, I do good, and all of this bad stuff is happening to me. Like, what's the deal with this? And he's starting to get a little impatient. And then around this time, you know, the dudes that I said had his back, they did not have his back anymore. They was just like, hold on, you must have did something to deserve this, because God's not just gonna mess with nobody like that. So they started turning their back on him. And it's just like, maybe they should have, because we don't know what they were doing. I mean, they didn't know what was going on, but they're like, man, we looking at you and it looked like you losing everything. So they was losing faith in their boy. So once his friends lost faith in him, the drama and the tea and the gossip starting, and it just became really bad. And then Job had to sit there and deal with all that. And then he's just like, God, okay, so not only did you take all of this away from me, everything that you helped me build, you took it all away. The only thing I had left was my health, and now I got all these sores on my body. Alright, cool, I'm dealing with that. Then you have my boys turn on me. Alright, cool, I'm dealing with that. Now you got everybody gossiping about me. Like, God, I'm dealing with that. I'm still having faith in you, but like, you know, at this point I just want to die. Like, I don't even know why I'm alive. And then so Job doesn't contemplate suicide, but Job is just like, man, curse the day I was born. Like, why did you even let my mother give birth to me? Like, I could have been a stillborn. He literally said something like about him being a stillborn planted in the earth, like a child who was never able to see, or something like that. Because, you know, this is all poetry, so you have to, this is all poetic, so you have to dig through what it's trying to say so you can understand how to explain it to Gen Z's, millennials. But Job was just like, yo, I'm not feeling none of this. Like, this is not right. And now everybody in the town is gossiping about him. Like, oh, you see, Job think he all that. He ain't all of that. If he was all of that, then he wouldn't have been. Every time I try to record, this bee comes back. That bee does not bother me until I turn the camera on. So anyways, Job is just like really irritated. He has some good speeches in here, but I'm trying to think, do I feel like reading that to y'all? Like, are you guys gonna grasp it? Who am I to judge and know if you guys can understand it or not? It's a matter of me being able to express it in a way that is easy for others to grasp. He says, but where can wisdom be found? Where does understanding dwell? Man does not comprehend its worth. Pause. Words, in my opinion, and I'm writing my opinion right now, we seek entertainment. If we're not working, then we're being entertained. Like, that's all we do is work and entertain, and then we work so that way we can entertain ourselves. We're not working for anything other than entertainment. And it's like, we need to work for wisdom. And I don't mean wisdom like going to school. All these military men all got the same car. They all drive the cars with the loud noises, because when you're in the military, you get a little bit of money, you got to get you a car. It makes noise. We need to focus on seeking wisdom, in my opinion. That's what Job is saying too. Like, man does not comprehend his worth. You don't understand your worth because you too busy spending your worth on shoes. They literally talk about how Black America, we're worth trillions and we spend trillions. Like, you know how many other Black Wall Streets we could have recreated? Y'all worried about that one Tulsa. We could have had Tulsa. We could have had Seneca Village. We could have had... You get my point. There's so many things we can be doing, but we're spending our money on Adidas. I love Adidas. I'm just saying. I said we. I have to take accountability. I'm gonna wear Adidas still, but I'm also gonna do that other stuff I just said. But my point is, we spend too much time on entertaining ourselves. I didn't say don't entertain yourself. I said don't spend too much time, because I seek wisdom and I seek entertainment. Anyways, man does not comprehend his worth. And it's the fact that Job was saying it back then that's like really getting to me. Like, this is how Job felt. Like, what year was this? Was this even a year, or this was bees and when it was just letters or something? Job was saying that man do not seek wisdom and they don't understand the word back in the Bible days. And I'm still here, 2023. It's almost 2024, God, Job, whoever. And I'm still dealing with this. That's frustrating. And y'all wonder why I be so stressed. Because Job was dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with now. And it's just like Job was fed up then. Imagine how fed up I am now, Job. I'm not even writing this book. I wish it was wine in here, but it's not. Anyway, so now I'm getting re-irritated. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to make it a word. Man does not comprehend its worth. It cannot be found in the land of the living. The deep say, it's not in me. The sea says, it's not with me. It cannot be bought with the finest gold, nor can its price be weighed in silver. It's not, what is it? What did Nipsey say? It's not on you, it's in you, or something like that. I'm bad at quoting people, but Nipsey says something like that. Like, yeah, it's not on you, it's in you, or it's within you, or something like that. Like, okay, Nipsey Hussle energy right now is all I'm saying. Just pick up his energy, watch one of his videos, and whatever he says is what I'm trying to say, because I'm reading from Job 28 right now. And then he says, where then does wisdom come from? Where does understanding dwell? Like, literally, Job. I must be related to Job because I'm getting really irritated. He says, it is hidden from the eyes of every living thing, concealed even from the birds of the air. The birds don't even realize that they're living. They're just surviving. He's just like, literally, everything is just on survival mode right now. Like, nobody is seeking wisdom. Like, damn, even the birds. So this is what he's dealing with while he's going through gossip. He's like, all these people are foolish. All these people, and then he says in Job 30, but now they mock me. Men younger than I, whose fathers I would have disdained to put with my sheepdogs, but they got the nerves to mock me. I took care of all of these people. I did all of this for all of these people, and all of these people are sitting there mocking me like I wasn't there for you. And you got the nerves to mock me like your father is somebody special, because he's so disdained that he would be put with my sheepdogs. Like, your father couldn't even sleep in my goddamn house. I would keep him with my dogs, and you got the nerves to be talking about me? It's the damn bee again. So in the beginning of the Job series, I had started off with this like real irritated energy, because I am, like I said, I don't feel the best today, and I don't have no flour. Flour is the only thing that makes the pain go away fast. I have this whack pen because I can't smoke here, so I have this pen. My digestive issues are messing up. I can feel my stomach hurting really bad. Like I said before, it hurts. And I'm outside and it's hot. I'm a little sticky, but like it's not that bad, but just enough just to annoy me. I also started fasting, so that fasting is not easy. You have to mentally be prepared. So I'm out here reading, trying to do my Bible study. Girls are upstairs getting on my nerves. And like I said, I'm fasting. I have water pineapples dipped in here. I'm hungry. It's 10:10. And this bee keeps stalking me. And throughout the Job series, I keep stopping and pausing and running from this bee. It's just because the bee is annoying me. And it's not that I'm scared of bees. I just don't like anything that flies. That's not a bird. I hate flying bugs. I'm making this long rant for a reason, to just keep going with me. Because now my anxiety is having a hater in my hair talking about, what is she talking about? She says, if you're doing that, then yeah, you're the reason why. If not, then this is what my anxiety does. And my stomach pain comes like contractions, so I'm trying to like breathe through the contractions. I want to hide the fact that I'm feeling it. Because I don't know, I'm not going to edit this. But anyways. I'm going to show y'all my stomach in a second so y'all can see. This is literally what I'm going through when I'm sitting here talking about Job and how, you know, he's dealing with his health issues. My stomach is hurting. So the bee keeps coming back, and the pain is coming back a lot more, trying to get me to hurry up or trying to get me to stop, so that way I don't send the message. So I had to think about it real quick. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? This bee is gonna sting me. I'm not allergic. It's gonna hurt, and then I'll just put some lemon on it, and then I'll get over it. But nothing's gonna hurt more than the stomach feeling I'm feeling now. So I know that it's coming. I can tell the signs of the pain coming. So no matter what, I have to push through. Even though I'm in pain, I have to push through, and then when I push through, I can just go upstairs and go to sleep. So now that I already identified the worst case scenario, I'm gonna get stung. Now how do I deal with that worst case scenario? I put some damn lemon and honey on it and call it a day. Okay. So now what do? You fight past the fear of a flying bug, and you continue my mission. My mission for this moment, not for life, for this moment, is to finish the story of Job. Because I know that my health condition is starting to flare up, and I'm going to need some more time in isolation. So during my isolation time is when I study. I study the Bible, or I study psychology, or I study neuropsychology. No matter what, I study when I'm not feeling good. I'm also detoxing, so that's not helping. So I'm going to need a little more strength. So now I have to pray and ask God for a little more strength while I'm fasting. And while I'm detoxing, because I really want to go to my addiction right now. It's really what I want to do. So I hope you guys got that message. And now we're going to go back to finishing the story with Job. I thank you for your patience and your love and your positivity and all the encouragements that I'm getting in the comments. I don't know, sometimes I open up my comments, sometimes I don't, but I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate all the tips and suggestions I'm getting. Mind you, I have not released any of my videos. It is very powerful. It is July 18th. And I do not release my videos until July 24th is the first day when my videos are released. However, I am manifesting the type of energy that I want. I am manifesting the type of support that I'm receiving. I'm manifesting the type of love that I'm getting. And by the time this video is released, it'll probably be August. It'll definitely be after August 17th. And I'm almost at a whole month. My goal is to get everything published for a month. I know I'm getting off the subject, but I have ADD, and it's a story within a story within a story. So it hasn't been published yet, so I'm manifesting. But when everything is a month, then I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to just keep going, so that way I'm always a month in advance. So that way I never have to feel pressured to keep up with what's going on, and I don't have to like rearrange what's going on. So by this time, I probably would have received a lot of love and support. I'm pretty sure I went viral a couple times. I know y'all saw that video of me skating. I hope that goes viral because it's so funny. But I don't want it to go viral like, oh, you know, make fun of me. It's just like, man. Oh my gosh. And now the flies and the bees. Okay, back to Job. So Job, oh, it's 222. 222. I forgot what 222 angel number means, but I'm not going to edit this video, so I need you guys to look it up and remind yourself 222. So Job is sitting here like, all these people are mocking me, God. Not only am I dealing with the health issues, my wife turned against me real fast. Like, that heifer was, she was the weakest link, honestly. So he was just like, my besties are leaving. Now all the town peoples, all the people that I help, all the people that I've been here for, all of these people, God, they're turning their back on me. I don't have anyone. And I remember that. I remember I had a cousin who's like, she would be like an aunt to me because of her age, and she grew up with my father. But man, I was just like, if anybody can help me, it can be her, because she's this and she's that, and I'm praising her because I just know that she gonna help me. And man, that lady turned her back on me. Okay, so the bee is on my foot, but I'm not focused on the bee. That lady turned her back on me so quick. Okay, I'm looking for the bee, but she turned her back on me so quick, and it was just like, that really hurt me. That really hurt me. That really hurt me. Oh, and then when one of the twins, I got twins, I have twin sisters, and when twin A turned on me, that hurt me in a different type of way. Like, if I think about all the men that I've dated, all the friends that I had, all the people in my life, and if I think about my mother, if I think about everybody that hurt me, twin A turning her back on me hurt more than anything. And I didn't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to deal with I don't know how to deal with stuff like that, because when certain people hurt me, I just want to stab them. I'm not going to, I can't, but that's how I feel. But I ain't want to stab her. I still don't know what to do with her. Like, I'm not hurt anymore, but it's just something like, I want to forgive her, but I know I won't be able to. So I would never trust her. So I would never have her around me, because I could, like, damn. Like, she would have to go down a deep spiritual journey for me to even consider her being in my energy. But my point is that I've been hurt so deeply by so many people. And I'm looking like, God, like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? And this is exactly what Job is saying, like, you know. So I say that to say, like, I understood what Job was going through. I just broke my nail fighting the bee. So we go from chapter so I have pineapple inside my water. So I go to take a sip, and I see the bee in my water. The whole time he's following me is because he can smell the scent of pineapples. Something told me I should have drunk tea, but I don't want to drink tea outside. But I'm going to go inside, drink some tea, and see if I can get some more Bible study and recording done. And if not, then I'm just going to lay in bed and deal with my digestive issues. But we're back on Job. But now that we solved the water fiasco, y'all gotta have ADD to follow me. So we go from Job chapter 3 to 37, and Job is just going off. Now his homeboy, what's his name? Bow, what's his name? There's somebody else. There's other people talking too. Like the ones who are like, damn, you know, his boys, they got chapters. There's some other people who got chapters. But on chapter, okay, I didn't run. I just ducked. That was a step, right? That was a step. Whew. Well, did you at least leave my water? Can I finish drinking my water? Am I gonna get germs for drinking after a bee? I started to put some honey in here earlier too. I'm glad I did. So on chapter 38 is when the Lord finally decides to speak. And when he speaks, does he not speak? Y'all gotta bear with me because my energy is starting to lift and I'm starting to get happy now. So okay, so listen. Then the Lord answered Job out of the storm. So Job is still in the storm. And he says, who is this that darkens my counsel with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Let me sit up straight and let me gather myself. Because the Lord said, who is this who darkens my counsel with words without knowledge? You don't know what the hell you talking about, Job. You went on this whole time you just went on and on and on, and you was speaking foolishness. You're saying words without knowledge. The same man who said that they speak without knowledge and they don't know their worth is what you doing right now. So who are you to sit there and talk about how foolish the earth is when you on earth acting just like them, speaking with words without wisdom? Embrace yourself like a man. Get your shit together, because I'm about to ask you a question, and when I speak to you, you will answer me. Just like that's what I have to tell the children. You know, that firm, I'm speaking to you in love. What did I say? That's not what I said. What did I ask you? You are a man. Speak to me like a man. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimension? Surely you know, because you were there, right, Job? You were there when I created the heavens and the earth. You was there when I took them 6 days to create the stars, the sun, the moons. Have you ever given orders to the morning or shown the dawn its place? Job, have you? The earth takes shape like clay under a seal. Its features stand out like those of a garment. I did that. God did. I did all of this. And then so God goes on with that same energy. Do you know who gave? Do you know when the mountains goats gave birth? Do you watch when the doe bears her fawn? Do you count the months till they bear? Do you know the time they give birth? Are you there with them? Because God is with every god darn sheep, billy goat, butterfly person. He's there every time. Job, you're not there. You wasn't there when I created this. You're not going to be there when I tear this shit down. So who are you to ask me all of these foolish questions? Then we're on 40. Then I'm trying to keep my God energy. Hold on. So we back on Job chapter 40. Then the Lord said to Job, will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who accuses God answer him. So this is God saying, all right, Job, now you can speak. Because you're not going to, from 38 to 40, God said what he had to say. I let you go through all them chapters. You're going to give me these two. So he took his two. Now you can talk. Then Job answered to the Lord, I am unworthy. How can I reply to you? Lord, I can't even say nothing. I put my hand over my mouth. I spoke once, but I have no answer. Twice, but I still have nothing. Like, I keep trying, God, but I can't say nothing to that. You right. Shit. Shoot. No, seriously. In the comments. What can you say after all of that? After all of that. If you, up until now, have said something negative in my comments, I need you to go back and I need you to delete it. To just get rid of that negative energy that you put out of there. Because after all of that negative energy that you put out of there, God come to you and he checks Job behind the way he checked Job. And mind you, Job is God's boy. That's his servant. He's one of his right hand. He's all like, oh yeah, he's one of the chosen ones. He know Job is about that life. But he had to check Job like that. So if God gonna check Job like that, who's his humble servant, who God was bragging to Satan himself and said, Job is this, Job is that. And he had to check Job. What makes you think God's not going to check you? You're not even as loyal and humble as Job. I'm not even as loyal as humble as Job, and I strive to be. I'm trying to have that Job energy. But actually, I do have the Job energy because I questioned God and I got myself together. So then, I'm going to read this over because I like this whole dialogue. When the Lord said to Job, will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who accuses God answer him. Then Job answered to the Lord, I am unworthy. How can I reply to you? I put my hand over my mouth. I spoke once, but I have no answer. Twice, but I still have no more to say. Then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm. Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. So he told him again. I'm trying to, y'all bear with me, okay? So he tells him again, I need you to answer me, because that's not good enough for me. You were saying all of that before. Will you discredit my justice? Would you condemn me to justify yourself? Do you have an arm like God? Can your voice thunder like his? That was a real question. Can you? Can you? If you do not have an arm like God's, and your voice do not roar like thunder when you speak, then how can you condemn the one who does? The one who created you? How do you do that? So God says, then adorn yourself with glory and splendor. Okay, so that goes back to what I was speaking about with Nipsey. It's not what's on you, it's within you. So we know Job has it in him. So now God is saying, adorn yourself with glory and splendor. Adorn is like dress, like cover yourself. So adorn yourself, cover yourself with glory and splendor. Cover yourself with glory and splendor, and clothe yourself in honor and majesty. 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 Cover yourself in honor and don't forget who you are, because you was over here being pitiful and being sad and just staying in the closet. That was me, because I was in the closet for, I think it was 4 months. I was in the closet just sad. God was like, that's not what I want you to do. But now that you've done that, you've been down that road, you don't stay in that place. You get out of that place. You get out of that closet. You get out of that depression. You get out of that woe is me mentality. All of that happened to you, and it is valid. But what you don't know was that Satan was sitting there talking about you. What you don't know is all those people who was talking about you. So I made him think, yep, she don't got it. He can't pull it together. And then what happened? I presented myself to you when I was ready. Not when you was asking. I let you go through all them chapters, going through all of that. And I didn't say anything. But I was still watching you. You didn't know I already told God, I already told Satan not to touch you. But I watched all of that. You don't know that, but I do. Now that you are humbled, and now that you completely understand what I was going through, humble yourself and adorn yourself with glory and splendor, and clothe yourself in honor and majesty. So that means you sit up straight and you go on Amazon and you buy you a ginger wig, and then you dye it a little darker because it's too light, and then you go through the best of your raggedy ass clothes that you got, because all of your stuff was lost in the storage unit, because you was going through all of that stuff that Joe was going through. So all of your fine clothes that you worked so hard to get, all of that stuff you was about to put in that $800,000 house that you was about to buy, because God took away an $800,000 house that I was about to buy off the DC Harbor overlooking the MGM. My girls and I was about to move into that house, and God took that away from me. He took away all the stuff that we put in the storage unit to put in that house. He took all that away, and all I have is a Five Below shirt. All I have is rainbow and sheen. God put me in sheen, and I hate polyester. And now I have to do the best that I can with what I have. And everybody's talking about me. Oh, she's raggedy. Look at her wig. It's lifting. I don't know how to do wig because I had hair before I lost my mind. I was natural before I lost my mind. Before I lost my money. Before I lost all of that. Before I went through what Job went through. I had a lot of stuff. I had everything. I worked hard for it, and it was all taken away from me. And I had to keep following God, and I still didn't get it back. I see it coming. However, I still don't have it. I'm still going to wear this Five Below shirt. I don't care how rich I am, because, don't pollute. But my point is, I had so much, and it was all taken away from me. And I'm sitting there asking God, and God was just all like, you have no freaking idea what I'm using you for. You worried about proving to these people that don't even matter. Who are these people? You don't even like them for real. That's true. You don't even respect them. No, I really don't. And if their name was on your resume, I wouldn't even let you into heaven. That's true. They're not worth it. I'm worried about who for what. I'm worried about people talking about me. Hey, if my wig look like trash and you know how to do hair, just, give me a tip. But you don't got to talk stuff. But suggestions, love, support. I need help. I got into a fight, not a fight, an argument with my best friend. And it started over a wig. And I've been knowing this woman for 20 something years. She was 14, I was 16 when I met her. Very first time ever. Is because she didn't want to help me the way I feel like I needed help with my wig. She wanted to disrespect me and go off. Okay. Still my best friend. We just taking a break right now. But I will shoot somebody in the kneecap, and she will shoot somebody in the kneecap. We'll be alright. But my point is, if you want to help me, then you can help me, but you're not going to keep talking about me. You know what I mean? Negative energy not gonna work. But going back to Job, it doesn't really matter, because none of that matters when it comes to what God's going through. I've been through some stuff, and I can only speak for myself, but for those who are of the light and who is of positive energy, you know what it's like to go through a little bit of what I was saying Job is going through. You know, you've been there. You can hear me, what I'm saying, and you can say like, man, I remember going through something similar. So if you can relate, then you have to take that and not just relate it to yourself and say like, yeah, I know what she's going through. You got to relate the story of Job to you and understand that you don't know what God is doing in your life. So while you notice that you're going through some turbulence and all of this chaos, you say, God, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to trust you. I'm going to keep trusting you, God. I made the mistake before of questioning you, but I'm not going to do it again. Trust in God, because you have no idea what he's doing, because he did all that to Job and he loved Job. He could be using you. You just got to trust the process, even though it hurts. And I'm telling you, I want to say nothing hurts in the pain that I'm going through, but I don't want to find out. But, so, Job finally replies to the Lord and says, I know that you can do all things. No plan of yours can be thwarted. You ask, who is it that obscures my counsel without knowledge? Surely I spoke of those things I did not understand. Things too wonderful for me to know. You said, listen now, and I will speak. I will question you, and you shall answer me. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes. He's basically saying, Lord, I heard about you, but now that I went through all of that, and I can recall all the stuff that I said, because he took accountability. Job took accountability for what he said and his lack of faith of what God was going through. I mean, of faith when God was putting him through it. And he said, what did he say? Surely I spoke of those things I did not understand. He said, Lord, I didn't understand what I was saying because I spoke without wisdom. So speaking without wisdom is speaking without a lack, is speaking with a lack of understanding. So when you speak as if you know. You don't speak as if you think. You don't speak as if you feel. You speak with knowing. So he spoke with his emotions. And the townspeople spoke with their thinking. Well, we all do that. So how do we not do that? You have to practice and catch yourself. So after the Lord checked Job, he pulled himself together and he said, man, you're right. I can't do nothing but just yeah, you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. Like, do what you gotta do. Like, I'm fully prepared for you to turn me into ashes. Un momento, por favor. I'm fully prepared for you to turn me. See you today. Okay. I'm fully prepared to deal with what I'm going through. I mean, the baby got me caught up. I'm fully prepared for you to just kill me right now because I don't even deserve to live after all of that. And then God didn't kill Job. What he did was he gave him double of what he did, of what he took from him. So he also went to some of his adversaries and some of the people that turned his back against him and was like, hey, I saw what you did to Job. So give him 1,200 of your oxen. He probably told somebody who had 1,201 oxen. Give him 1,200 of your oxen and kill your first goat or whatever, you know, the offering or whatever. He told him, you got to give an offering, you got to go to Job, you got to apologize, and Job's going to pray for you, and Job's going to ask for your forgiveness. So this brings me back to the sister, twin A. That's the only way that I'll be able to forgive her, is because God put it on Job's heart to forgive those who turned his back on him. So it's just like, okay, so if she kills an oxen for me, kill an oxen, girl. No, but seriously, like, whatever God wants her to do, then he'll have her do it. And then at that time, God will place it on my heart to pray for her. So right now, he's not placing it on my heart to pray for her. I already prayed for her, and now it's on my heart to let her go. But he went to those people that turned his back against Job and was just like, go bless Job. So your adversaries and those people that were worried about talking stuff about us and all this other stuff, don't worry about those people, because God is going to use them to be in your favor. Don't question God. Ask for strength. Ask for patience. Ask for understanding. Ask for wisdom. Ask God to help you understand what you are going through. But questioning God why, that's not going to help you get there. Read Job, study Job, and if you are not a reader, I suggest you become one. But also, you can type in the story of Job, and there are cartoons, and I watch cartoons. At my big age, I watch cartoons of the Bible stories just to get perspective. Entertain yourself with things outside of music and movies all the time, outside of celebrity gossip. It's okay to give an hour to Bible study. Even if you don't read it, just give an hour to reading, listening to somebody else do it. Eventually, I'll be able to do a full Bible study. I mean, this was 42 minutes, but a lot of that was me running from a beat, honestly. So, thank you so much for your patience with me and your encouraging words. Thank you for those of you guys who are taking my advice and not just watching me saying, oh, she's so entertaining. I appreciate all of those who are like really doing something about their lives, who really wants to change, and who's holding themselves accountable. Thank you so much. I am about to go finally eat. Real quick, while we're talking about fasting, because I'm still on day 2 of me fasting. Fasting doesn't mean you don't eat all day. Sometimes you just might not eat until a certain time, so you won't eat between the hours of 8 and 12. And then with me studying the Muslim way of living, some of them don't eat before 12 o'clock. You have to give your body that time to digest, so my body has to have time to digest. So I'd eat between the hours of this and that. And honestly, it's different times, different days, depending on my mood, depending on my mental condition, my medical condition. But I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.